Hello, this is Jennifer Pruitt. It's Sunday, March 11th, and for this video assignment for Anatomy and Physiology 2, week number 1, we're going to show you how to digitally label a picture, which is one of the things we've had to do in our lab assignments. So I'm going to do my best to show you and talk at the same time and hold my phone to do this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your email and then click on the little icon that looks just like a box of little squares, and go into your Google Documents, go into New, go into your Google Drawings. Once you get there, hopefully you've been able to save the image that you want to download. Or at least that's how I do it. So you go in there and I'm going to turn this around and show you. Once you're in there, you're going to paste it on here. And I like to use the line over here. And what we're doing is we are labeling one of our images that we have to use in our lab assignment, which is the pituitary gland. The two areas of the pituitary gland, the anterior image of the pituitary gland are the acidophil cell and the basophil cell. So I'm going to show you how I would label that. Okay, so the acidophil cell, we'll go ahead and do that first. The acidophil one is going to be the kind of the larger one. We'll pick this one here. Go ahead and click on this line here, and I'm just gonna draw my line there. And I like this because you can, if you want to label it, put this here and label it here, you can, or label it out here, you can also do that. But we'll go ahead and do this for maybe spacing purposes. Once you get your line in, go ahead and click, go ahead and add your label. I use the text box. We're just going to click it here real quick, and we're going to label this. Bear with me, I'm doing this one-handed right now. And if it isn't perfectly aligned, like the end of my line starts up here, I'll go ahead and move my wording up, and so it's more in alignment with what I'm trying to direct it to. The next thing we're going to label is the basophil cell. The basophil that I can see is kind of, let's see, it's the one that looks like it's kind of more grouped together. So once again, I'm going to pick that here. I'm going to use my line. And let's see here. Put my line here. Okay, so that's done. And I'm going to add in my text here to tell what it is. Okay, and we want to maybe bring that up a little bit. So once again, it's more in alignment with what we're trying to show. And what's neat is you can kind of go back, say I want to connect it just a little bit more. You can do that. Let's see here. Sometimes it takes some practice. Okay, here, we'll do this. Just move this down. Okay, so you have the basophil cell labeled, and then we're also going to label the posterior portion of this cell, which is the nucleus of pituitite. I think that's how you say it. And so we're going to go over to that area here. This is the posterior image of that portion of it. The nucleus are going to be these little things sitting right here all by themselves, these little things. So to label that, we're going to once again do our little line here. There we go. And we're going to add in our label. Nucleus. 2 is 8. Okay, and once again, I want to try to realign this just a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so let's look at our image now. What do we want to do? We want to make sure all of this is included. And so to move this image to our lab report, you go to File, New, File, and Download as a JPG image. And it's saved into my downloads. I like to mark this box here where it says place at the top of the download list. I click OK. Once that opens, I go ahead and go to launch. And I usually go to my images. That's what it goes pulls up easiest with your picture viewer. I like to go here, and now we see it here. So I will go to copy. I'll go to my lab report, and I want to insert my image that I've just labeled. Now, if you notice, it inserts itself really, really large. I normally will resize my picture because it starts at 7.5, and obviously that's not in the parameters. So I'll start with maybe, let's try 2 inch and see how that comes out at. Here we go. Here's my labeled image here, and it shows where it is and what it is. Thanks. Bye.